Good morning, participants from various institutions and universities from India, and we welcome our. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our today's speaker, Professor Rajarajan Somasundaram, who is going to talk about impact analysis of assessing industrial visits, industry-sponsored laboratories, and internships. Uh, Now, I like to brief about our speaker's profile. Once again. Dr. S. Rajarajan is a dynamic, passionate teacher and eminent resource person with an experience of more than 27 years, committed in developing employable engineers in their core domain. Sir is much interested in coping up with the technological changes happening around the world. His pedagogical techniques always focus to correlate the theory with the real-time applications. Sir always insists on outcome-based educations to create skillful and deployable engineers. Out of his experience, he learned outcome-based education and understood the entire process of accreditations like National Board of Accreditation and NAC, and achieved a successful model for all criteria-based numerical to workouts to attain the program outcomes, program educational objectives. He also even developed a quite lot of mathematical model for all criteria. Even though he started his career in chalk and talk pedagogy, he is capable of designing, developing, and delivering online courses using the world's most popular learning method management system, LMS, Moodle. He strongly believes that online content delivery is better and efficient to attract the current digital generation learners. Sir has explored the many effective ways to engage the students using Moodle without any compromise in the learning tempo. Sir has chalked out a template course plan to engage students to cover more than 80% of the syllabus. The online test engine is also customized for assessing the students and the questions or randomly picked from the question banks in such a way to fulfill the Bloom's taxonomy creative level of thinking. He is a good in analyzing the computer networks using protocol analyzer Wireshark. This was started as a hobby for his course Computer Networks Teaching and now reached the intermediate level. Currently, he is involving in analyzing the security algorithm of IoT, Internet of Things, device using Wireshark Analyzer. In order to prove his research in nano satellites, now he supervises a recurring projects by launching a near space launch vehicle, NSLV, to test their CANSAT, known as SITSAT. Phase 1 has been completed successfully. Phase 2 is on anvil to launch a balloon satellite to study the environmental conditions in the stratosphere. Sir is always ready to take up students training, executive training, teachers training, either online mode or in a classroom mode on accreditations, Moodle, LMS, balloon satellite, and protocol network analysis. Sir has a vast experience of 27 years. Sir has worked in various engineering colleges. He has good academic and as well as Sir also worked for industry for 2.5 years. So with this small introduction, I like our speakers, Dr. Rajarajan sir, to take the session. Thank you, sir. We welcome you, sir, for the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your great introduction on us. Thank you very much for the organizers to give me this. Thank you very much for the organizers to give me this golden opportunity to interact with the participants. And out of my experience, I am going to speak. This is normally not a normal session. Using the PPT, we can give a lot of visuals. Even then, the experience speaks a lot. That's what I want to say to the audience. More or less, the number of participants are around 30 participants are available right now. So I can start the session. The topic itself gives a clear meaning of the entire session. What is the role of or impact of the laboratory sessions? I mean the laboratories, I mean the company oriented or the industry sponsored laboratories, the industrial visits, how to arrange the industrial visit to our students, and where the students should be guided, and how can we analyze the impact of the industrial visit or any other laboratories, industrial oriented laboratories. And I want to give a small new session around 10 to 15 minutes, the concept of live-in lab. Living in lab, that is concept, live-in lab concept. This is normally now it is nurturing. The main advantage of live-in lab is we can give more practical, that too in the recent domains to our students rather than the old, very good set of experiments. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, Professor, you can
Thank
continue.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So basically, you should understand one thing. Rather, even in your for your own children, if you want to make them as a doctor, what should you do is for the new era, we cannot force them to do so. I actually, our intention may be making our children as a doctor, but I cannot say it straight away to our children. What we have to do is, we have to arrange such visits to the nearest. Suppose if you want to do the same, you want to motivate your students in your in your destination. What you have to do is you have to arrange visit. For example, to my own children, I successfully I go completed the entire mission. The thing is, I have two children. Daughter, she is in final year MBBS. Son, he is now he is joining in MBBS, first year MBBS in Kilpak Medical College. The achievement is not in 1 or 2 days. Around 10-15 years back itself, I have started this journey. The thing is very simple. Instead of forcing them, you should be a doctor in your future. You have to prepare in that sense. You have to prepare for the NEET and all these things, because 10 years back or 15 years back, there is no meaning of NEET. I didn't know what is the meaning of NEET. Even then, what I did was very simple. I have arranged along with my family. I went to Madras Medical College a few times, not 1 or 2 times. Even to the same campus, Kilpak Medical College campus, 2-3 times, along with my children. There is a fest. This is called as a cultural festival conducted by AIIMS Delhi. AIIMS Delhi campus, this is called so-called termed as Pulse. Pulse is the cultural festival of AIIMS Delhi. So what we do, along with my children, we visited the AIIMS Delhi campus, AIIMS Nagpur campus, and the newly started Raebareli campus. Everywhere we went along with my family. Then automatically they got motivated. Even we went to IISc, even IIT Madras, everywhere along with my children I used to go. This is how you have to motivate. Then after seeing AIIMS Delhi campus and the students of AIIMS Delhi, plus the life after completing the degree MBBS or MD, they really motivated. Then they started in their own. I didn't force them to do so. They started in their own how to prepare for the MBBS examination. They concentrate more on biology than the other subjects. Then they started preparing for the NEET examination also. This is how we started this learning. Now they have achieved. They have, both of them are now in good medical colleges. This is the story, because this is the way we have to nurture our students also. They are also our children. We have to nurture the same character or behavior to our students also, because their parents are believing us. Being a teacher, we have the commitment towards the students. So we have to make them very clearly, even though we are working in engineering domain, we have to definitely we have to guide them in right way. This is what they expect, their parents expect from the engineering colleges. This is my suggestion. So the industrial visit is naturally the main point or the main scenario. We can give the motivation to our students. Say, for example, we are arranging an industrial visit, so and so company, for example, Ashok Leyland, Ennore. In Ashok Leyland, for mechanical students, all of you may be knowing this, the only for mechanical student, Ashok Leyland is the destination. Honda is the destination. Ford is the destination. Not so. Because nowadays all the cars are wire drive cars, not fully mechanical. Previously, 10 years, 15 years back, the automobile engineers or mechanical engineers, they can say the car is totally a mechanical component or a mechanical application. Nowadays, they cannot have that. Only 40% mechanical, 60% is electronics and electrical. I hope you can agree with me. So with this 60%, we can give lot of potential opportunities to our students, even though they are belonging to EEE department or ECE department. This is my opinion. So doing so, giving the right, what we call the industrial visit, by arranging the right industrial visit, by participating right industrial visit, definitely we can achieve this. This is my experience. We have divided the entire. Normally, what we are doing is we will be arranging an industrial visit. So X or Y company, we are forcing all the students to go to visit the site or visit the industry or factory. This is what happened, but that is not right. Say, for example, in your class there are 60 number of students. 20 number of students may be willing to do their higher studies in abroad by doing MS or any other MBA courses. Few other students may be willing to do PG degree or any other government jobs after completing their UG in Magaratna or any other good companies of government of India. So GATE is the only option for them. GATE, we have to motivate them in writing or in scoring in the GATE examination. Instead, if you motivate them to do programming, or if you arrange the placements to in our programming companies, programming core companies, that is not useful to them. No way it is connected, because they're interested somewhere in this government jobs or doing MS in abroad. We have to guide them in proper way. We should not arrange industrial visit to them. We have to arrange the sessions, how to get the visas, how can we get how we can get the financial aid in while going to abroad. This is what we have to arrange. Instead, if you arrange any other kinds of visits, industrial visits, they will be taking this as a fun. They won't take it as serious. They will be taking it as fun. So I spoke only about 20 students out of your 60 students. Remaining 40 students, maybe from any other ambitions or with some other goals. Somebody may be willing to do to get the job in TCS or CTS, something like this, service-oriented IT firms. And somebody may be working, or somebody may be willing to do, I want to become a scientist in ISRO, or in RF engineering or communication engineering. Somebody may be willing to do any other entrepreneurship. So this is what naturally happening. So you find out actually you have to find out the willingness of the student, where their interest lies. We have to find them from the ideas of them, where they want to, how they want to become. They may be, again, they want to become an engineer or entrepreneur or scientist. You have to find out them. So definitely by giving a simple application form to them, write your ambition, their namesake, they'll be writing the ambition. I want to become, I want to get a job in ISR or something like that. Simply they'll be writing, there won't be any seriousness in that. So without any stringent seriousness in the particular domain, they cannot become. This is what the how எண்ணி துணிக கரிமம் கர்மம் துணிந்தபின் எண்ணுவம் என்பது இழுக்கு. This is what the Tirukural. We should be very strong in our motto. Only then we can succeed in our motto, aim. Otherwise, it is not at all possible. So what we have to do is find out the actual, we have to talk with we have to sit with our students and talk with them, find out their willingness, find out their interest, where they want to, how they want to become, or what they want to become in the future. So based on their interest, you divide the students. Among them, you divide. Out of 60 students, you can have 6 to 7, 8 groups with the same kind of mindset. Like-minded people to be in a group, profession-wise. Then even in our departments, we should have such kind of groups among our faculty members. For example, if it is a ECE department, normally the ECE department will have a communication engineering group, VLSI design group, RF and antenna design group, and electronics group, applied electronics group. This is what a few classification I am telling you. So classify your teachers in different groups. So these groups are normally termed as special interest group. These groups are normally termed as special interest, SIG, special interest group. You form the special interest groups in your department itself, around 6 to 7 groups maybe. Depending on, I spoke only about the EC department because I am belonging to EC department. But it is not necessary for all other departments also, or disciplines also. You can make a group, make many number of SIG, special interest group, among your staff members. Then from your first year or even second year, third year, final year, you form the same kind of groups according to their interest in your students. So for example, there are 180 students in second year, third year, final year. There are 180 students, 60 each year, so 180 students. You form the groups, so 6 groups or 7 groups according to your SIG in the department. Then you interact this particular staff member with that particular student. The group, say for example, the students group which is interested in RF engineering and antenna should be interacted with those kind of staff members, those who are already completed their PhD in RF engineering or antenna, or those who are really working in this kind of projects. You have to, the students in that group should interact with them. If you form this group, your entire problem can be easily solved. The thing is, your students will be getting the motivation towards their goal. Whenever the students are trying to do something interest, definitely they can come with a lot of flying with many colors. This is what the experience. So the very basic thing is classify your teachers and students and let them interact according to their specialization or according to their interest. Then whenever we arrange the industrial visit, for example, I am arranging the industrial visit to Hyundai Motors. In Hyundai Motors, before going to the Hyundai Motors, you should have the clear idea about the Hyundai Motors, where in Hyundai Motors, many number of divisions are there. Which division we want to see, or we are going to see which division. Say, for example, body electronics group. Body electronics is the car body electronics. Many number of microcontrollers. Without the microcontrollers, nowadays car cannot be working. This is what the basic truth. That's what I told you. The nowadays the cars are at 60% electronics, 40% mechanical. So in this body electronics group or in this electronics group, any number of microcontrollers are available in that. So those who are really interested in microcontroller, microprocessor and automotive and the communication protocols to connect the different microcontrollers, only those kind of students only arranged to visit this camp of Hyundai Body Electronics division. If you arrange as such to all the other domain people also, it will not be useful to them, especially the students. The remaining students, suppose the students are not willing, if you force them to visit the campus, they will be taking this particular industrial visit as a picnic. Nothing else will happen. The industrial visit may be fun filled, but it should not be treated as a picnic. We are not going only to that, because this is what the arrangement we have to do. So while traveling in the bus or while traveling to this industrial location, we have to talk, or the students have to interact with the workers. Those who are really working in that, they have to interact with what are the opportunities we are having, what are the different kind of usages. They can easily understand from this discussion, they can easily understand what is the gap, what we are studying. We are working in 8051 micro, we are studying 8051 microcontroller, but this microcontroller is not at all useful in industry. This is what the realistic approach. 8051 microcontroller is the basic microcontroller, but it is not useful in industry right now, because we have lot of microprocessors right away. For different approaches, for different requirements, we have a lot of microcontroller. Depending on the architecture, it is available to us. So the thing is, the major advantage is they can easily understand what is the gap in this curriculum, in our curriculum. The students can easily realize, oh, we are studying 8051, the very basic microcontroller, but they are not used in our actual industry. So what we have to learn? The latest microcontrollers, the names at least, like big microcontrollers, they can easily identify these are all the controllers used in the automobile industry. They can identify. So few students may be getting motivated to get a job in the automobile industry. Immediately what they will do is, immediately they will be trying to have some special courses or value added courses in that particular microcontroller. This will give them a good opportunity in the placement while completing their degree. This is the method, no other way. So this is how you have to arrange this. Unnecessarily, if you arrange all the students to this particular industry, they will not listen to your words. They will be, the entire industrial visit will be waste. And the impact is, this is the actual impact. In the mindset, we have to, the industrial visit should give the impact on the mindset of the students. How we can get the job in the core industry or microcontroller automobile industry by giving this industrial visit. They have to have. If you ignite them in the proper way, they can do wonders. The students are digital era students, better than us. They know they can do a lot. They are well versed in the computers rather than us. They know how to work in it. Nowadays, the students are like that. So the simplest thing is, you arrange, you guide them in proper way. This is first is industrial. Per semester, at least 2 industrial visit, according to our curriculum and according to our requirements for NBA and NAC accreditation. At least 1 industrial visit per semester. This is the norms, more or less the unwritten norms. At least 1 industrial visit per semester. Instead, if you arrange 2 industrial visits, don't come with all the class students, all the total class 60 number of students or 180 number of students. The industrial, so say it may be 20, a small group, 24 students or 20 students. If you go with them in the interested field, definitely this industrial visit will be very much valuable. This is my suggestion. We are this kind of practice is right away. Even now, we are doing the same kind of practice in our institution. We are not forcing any student to do so. All the 60 students will not come to any particular industry. The groups will be different. The number of students will be lesser, 20, 18, something like that only. Then it will be easy for us to handle and easy for us to give the impact in their mind to motivate them in proper direction. Then whenever you go to the industry, we should have the prior plan and prior idea, knowledge about the industry of that particular visit. Then when you come to this campus, we have to get a report from the students. This is actually a documentation purpose. After visiting the campus or the industry, we have to take a report from the students as well as the accompanying staff members. The industrial visit report, it is not a single report for all the members. In their own wish, whatever they have benefited, what is the pros, cons in the arrangement, or any other technical details, whether it is useful or not, the entire thing must be there in this report. This is what we have seen. At least one page, a half page to one page report they have to submit. Then it will be used. This report must be collected by the staff member and should be filed. Then this report and a feedback form. While coming back to your industry, I mean, coming back to your college, you give during the journey itself. Nowadays, everything is all the forms are now feedback forms are now become digital. You issue a Google form to the students those are visiting with you. While returning from the industry to the college, in the journey itself, you can give the disseminate that Google form. They will be easily entering the form, and definitely the impact will be more. And analyze that form. That will give you the entire picture of this particular industrial visit. This is what I want to say. After coming to the college or the third day or fourth day, if you ask them to give such kind of feedback forms, it won't be useful to them. It is my opinion. It won't be useful because the impact in the mind of the students will be little lesser. The actual impact will be lesser. They cannot give the correct feedback to you. So only immediately after getting this, after completing this visit, if you get this form, the impact will be more. Actual feedback you can take. You analyze the feedback forms, Google forms, then you can easily understand what right thing happens to your students due to this industrial visit. This is my opinion. Again, we are practicing the same thing in our industrial visit. Not many number of students, very small group, 25 number of students maximum or 30 number of students. So this is the small group we can easily handle. They will avoid your words. So control is very much simpler, and we can get a clear feedback from them. This will be much useful to you. This is first. So don't force your students to do so. I mean, to do a industrial visit as a whole in terms of 60, 40, 80 or 180, something like that. You classify the students, then form the visit. So for a single class, we have to arrange more than 4 number of industrial visit according to this availability of industry and according to the availability of special interest groups in your students. We have to do no other way. So arranging 4 number of industrial visit is really a tiresome process. Don't put a single staff member to arrange all this. That will be really a tough task. This is not so easy. Getting all the details. If you arrange a real industrial visit, it is a long processing task. It is not so easy. Then this is first one. Suppose when you go to the industry, if you meet a few number of people, they are really working in the industry. If you meet the people, you get the network. You can get even your students can have a network with them. So this network will be much useful. Whenever you go to the industry, you ask them for MOU. You ask them for MOU. It may be a small MSME, small scale industry. You ask them for MOU between your institute and the industry. This is also MOU. The MOUs must be active MOUs. It should not be idle MOUs. It should not sleep. The MOUs must be very much active. So at least 1 or 2 activities every semester we have to have in each and every MOUs. You ask them. Then they can come forward, or they can interact with you, or they can interchange the faculty and interchange their own employees with you. So whenever you give the lecture after studying the book material to your students, it will not be much useful to them. They can have only the eye opener. But when the real workforce, those who are working in the industry, the real working engineers, whenever they address to the students, definitely the students will get more interaction as well as more involvement. This will be much useful to them. This is the basic idea in industrial visit. Then if you arrange this kind of industrial visit, it will be useful. The impact will be more, and this impact must be recorded in the form of feedback. This analysis is very much, this is impact analysis of industrial visit. This as a analysis will give real, the impact. Another impact is, once if you give this, in the second year you arranged this, third year some other industry, fourth year, fourth year you are arranging some other industrial visit. So in this industry, all these are all internally linked, because they are visiting single industry, not single industry, single domain. With ambition, with interest, they are visiting all these campuses. Definitely, this will give them potential opportunity in placement. So the actual impact of this particular industrial visit is place the student in the core company or place the student in their own interest, the companies in which they are really interested or the technologies in which they are really interested. Suppose if you are, I am arranging a industrial visit to SHAR Sriharikota, a few students may not be interested because only launchpad we can see in industrial SHAR Sriharikota, nothing else is there. A lot of things are there, but it is not open to all the students. But we are arranging the namesake, we are arranging this industrial visit. But what will happen naturally? Naturally, what will happen? This is by arranging this kind of industrial visit, how can we, what is the impact? This is the problem. This is the problem. The few students, they are really not interested. They will not allow other students also now to listen the actual right things in the industrial visit. So this is first one. Then company-based projects or company-based industry-based or industry-sponsored laboratories within the campus. This is also quite possible. This is also quite possible. Simply we can say there is a mobile application laboratory with the collaboration with this Virtusa company in our institute. The thing is, really the students are working in this. They have a separate marketplace for the applications, mobile applications they have developed in our in a separate website sponsored by our management. It is actually called as Web Store, Sairam Web Store. It is available. It is a APK. All the APKs you can download and freely you can make use of that. This is available, but the thing is, the students are this particular domain is only for the students those are interested in programming. But that is not sufficient. That is not sufficient. What about others? For example, the students, those who are really interested in designing the antenna or in getting a job in ISRO or communication engineering or satellite technology, they have to have some kind of at least a laboratory within the campus, industrial sponsored laboratories. This is not possible to all the institute as well as to all kind of special interest group. This is a very hectic job. So, for example, nowadays the BMW car engines are available for the institute for the education purpose. All of you know this. We have a BMW engine in our mechanical department laboratory, and moreover, one more board full working car is in the CSR, under the heading of CSR. They have given us for the education of the students. So in collaborating, there is a difference between the previous version of this particular car and the present version of the car. The difference is in the injection side, power injection side. There is a difference. We have to show all this. This is industrial based. A product is given by the industry to the institute for the sake of education. This is the meaning. So how can you do all these things? How can you? So this is only by visiting the industry you can have the network. Once if you develop the network, we can go with the MOUs. Once if you do few number of activities with the MOUs, then we can ask them to do something within the campus. Straight away, if you ask them, you have to establish a you have to establish a laboratory within the campus, they won't believe you, basically. How good they are in that, they won't, definitely they will not come front. So the thing is, you have to present everything, you have to arrange everything, so you have to move one by one, then the things will happen. So with the, so far we have 3 number of laboratories, industrial based laboratories within the campus. So this laboratories definitely will be very much useful to our students in learning the latest technologies which are used currently in our industry. This will be useful. This is industrial based laboratories. So from the placement only we can analyze the impact of these kind of laboratories. The students, those who are working in these kind of laboratories, industrial based laboratories, definitely they can easily get through the not necessary to be within the on campus placement, maybe off campus placement also easily they can be placed, because they are really knowledge, they have their knowledge to how to succeed in the these kind of what we call the placement interviews, then they can easily do that, because the knowledge is base, the knowledge is the power, the knowledge is given by means of through your industrial based laboratories and your what we call the industrial visit. So in such a way, if you develop your students, not, this is not a overnight job or overnight, it will not give you the overnight impact. So in during course, of late, it will give definitely a good impact in your students. When your students are placed in right companies, especially in the core companies, definitely your accreditation process will be easy to you, because they can, this is actually based the origin of your outcome based education. If you place all your mechanical students and civil engineering students in IT companies, especially in for example in the finance domain, something like banking domains, what is the use of your civil engineering, knowledge of civil engineering, knowledge of mechanical engineering in writing the code for finance domain? Banking domain, they are developing the in TCS and Wipro, Infosys, they are coding for banks. Banking domain, your mechanical engineering students are working. What is the use of that? We should make them deployable engineers, real engineers in the core. The industrial visit, because our syllabus is, I cannot say it is worst, it is good. The basic concept is right, but it is not up to the mark of the industry. So there is a gap in between the industry and this actual curriculum, what they are studying. So this is only the passport. Your degree is only the passport. The degree, BE degree or ME degree is only the passport. This will not give you the job. The job will be given only based on the knowledge. The knowledge is at the current trend, should be at the current trend. Your engineers must be deployable engineers. Again, if you ask, our engineers not straight away deployable engineer at present, because in the CTS or TCS, if you go, they are having the separate academy for 6 months. They have to practice or they have to train your students for 6 months. Only from the academy, they will be selecting the students for deployment. Those who are not cleared that academy examination, so they will be boosted out. This is the actual trend in IT industry. So the same thing should not be continued for a long time. If you are really good in mechanical engineering, you should get a job in mechanical industry, your core industry. This is what the impact. If you, by doing right industrial visit and right industrial based laboratories, definitely your students will be placed in core companies with their own interest. Not necessarily you should give the placement through your internal placement cells. Basically, internal placement role is to not to provide the placements to the students. Basic and requirement of this is training and placement cell only. We have to give or we have to train our students in proper way. If you are if your training is proper, then they will get the placement in their own. Not necessarily you should provide such kind of placements in campus. In off campus itself, they can get better salary than what we provide with our on in campus or on campus placements. In on campus placements for CSE engineers or IT engineers, Those who are placed in TCS, CTS, Infosys, Wipro, they are getting 3.5 lakhs per annum. This is very minimum. But in their own, if you go the same TCS for same BE degree, if they place the students from IIT campus, they are giving 7.5 lakhs. You are not believing me. You ask the IIT students, the same company, students degree or qualification is same BE or BTech degree, but from the self-financing engineering colleges, they are giving 3.5. For the same from IIT or NIT, they are giving maximum 7.5 lakhs. This is not fair. Both are doing the same business, same programming. This is not right. So that is why I'm telling, if the students are searching for in their own using the off-campus option, definitely their placement as well as this placement and the package itself, it will be higher. This is what we require in our impact analysis of accreditation, both in NBA and NAC. This is the second point. So first point is industrial visit and its impact. The impact should be recorded. Second point is industrial sponsored laboratories. Those laboratories should be analyzed. I mean, the impact of this laboratories should be analyzed proper sense. Now I come to living lab concept, live in lab concept. The basic mechanism of live in lab is due to the lack of internship and industrial orientation to our students. We have separately live in lab concept. It is not available in your Anna University syllabus. If you are a deemed university or if you have the autonomy for preparing your syllabus, then you can go with this live in lab concept. The concept is very simple. In our regular curriculum laboratories, the experiments are listed in the curriculum itself. The experiments are listed. Whereas in this living lab concept and living laboratories, the experiments are not fixed. For example, currently the trend is, say, for example, the supply chain management using blockchain. A simple example, the latest trend is the supply chain management using blockchain technology. This is not nowhere available in our syllabus or curriculum. But the trend is, this is the trend. This is the trend. But we are not allowing our students to do so in our, so from the third semester itself, from the third semester, second year, third semester, fourth semester, fifth semester, we have a separate lab without any experiment. This lab is called as a living lab. We are giving credits also. Living lab third semester, 1 credit. Living lab second, fourth semester, 1 credit. 2 more credits for fifth semester living lab. They have to, in their own, they make their own group. The group of students may be in other departments also, because to enhance the number of interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary projects, we are giving the boom to the students. Very simple. They have to form their own groups, maximum of 3 number of students. So then they can do their own work, even with electrical vehicle. Electrical vehicle need not be belonging to EEE department or mechanical engineering department. It may be related highly with civil engineering also, because the civil engineering students, those who are interested in doing this electrical vehicles, they can also participate in this project or in this in doing this experiment. The living lab concept is giving one more advantage. The thing is, instead of normally in our strategy, all the projects or the experiments are conducted and guided by our own laboratory or our own staff members from our department. The mechanical projects normally this is unwritten rule. Normally not guided by other department staff members, other external staff members also. But this is living lab is entirely free. This lab will provide the chance of guiding the mechanical engineering student to EC staff member and vice versa. This is possible. Depending on the project or depending on the experiment, they have to do, but they have to complete a full project in living lab. But the experiments are not restricted. Experiments, they only one experiment as a project they have to complete. right from the beginning. They have to give the zeroth review, first review, second review, third review, and final review will be the university or end semester review. Everything they have to complete. The concept is actually called as live-in lab concept. Simple. Try to understand. This is the way we have to provide the latest technologies in our current curriculum. No other way. This is open. This is the seasonal, because now blockchain may be potential. After 2 years, some other technology will be coming. This blockchain may be becoming obsolete. Nobody knows. Then this lab is valid again, because in the current trend, the students will be doing their project. The major advantage is the industrial members can guide the students within this live-in lab concept. The industrial members, 1 or 2 days, they can visit. The industrial collaboration is possible here. The students can move to the industry campus to do the project, as well as the industrial members can move to our campus to guide the students. This is quite possible. And EC staff members can guide mechanical or any other department students, and vice versa. This is also possible. This is what the basic, the basic implementation of live-in lab concept. And there is a misunderstanding in the difference of internship and our implant training. If you look at if you browse your internet and search for the term internship and implant training, in Chennai itself, we can have many number of companies. Not companies, we cannot say these startups as companies. Only maximum of 5 to 10 members will be there in that company. They'll be giving the certain module in the sense, pre-tailored syllabus is available again. So they will be teaching you again this particular syllabus. This is so-called internship or implant training nowadays. This is not actual internship. Internship must be credited. In your curriculum, the internship, there must be some credit to the internship, doing the internship. Otherwise, it will not be useful to the student. So internship is very much essential here. The internship must be, so for example, at least 3 credits according to the latest curriculum of 2019. The curriculum or regulations not yet coming. In the Anna University Regulation 2019, they have proposed 3 credits, a compulsory credit for internships. Internship is not implant training. Try to understand. Implant training is a module or a training module will be there. They have to do this. The companies, those who are conducting the implant training are not at all companies. This is not industry. Internship is minimum 15 days to 1 month, maximum 3 months. We have to stay back in the industry itself. The students, they have to do, there is no separate training module for this internship. That naturally, whatever they are doing in the industry, all the working environment will be there as such. They will not, from the industry or from the regular works of the workers, we have to learn a lot. So this is time consuming process. 15 days to 3 months time we have to give to the students. For 15 days, at least we can give 1 credit continuously 15 days. If the student is allowed to do the internship in particular company, depending on the profile of the company, not to all the companies. X and Y companies should not be entertained in such kind of practice. So a good company, we can give OD to the students for 15 to or even 1 month, 15 days to 1 month time we can provide. So within the total 4 years, they have to complete at least 3, they have to earn at least 3 credits by doing 45 number of days in the industry environment. I'm not talking about the internship, not talking about the implant training. Implant training is different. That is not useful to the students, because more or less all the implant trainings are conducted by small companies right now. So this is the concept of live-in lab. So I have to consolidate the session again. So I'll give 2 or 3 minutes time to you. Please, if you have any questions, please ask me now. I am waiting.